Hello friends, welcome to Databricks video tutorials, and today I'm going to give you example on reading and writing JSON files in Pyspark. So let's start with one example how to read JSON files and which API we will use reading JSON files and what are the things we should know when we are processing JSON files and when we are writing JSON files or multi-line JSON files. Though these all things will be covered in this session. So just I have created one notebook here. So whenever you are processing JSON files, reading JSON files or writing JSON files, and we should know basic things, and we can proceed for processing one by one. Let's start reading this. So I have a few JSON files in my Databricks account. Let's look at those files. So we can use %fs els. The location is file store. So I have uploaded. So uploaded files will be there here. My uploaded files and tables. Then run this. So you can run using Control Enter. So there are multiple files available in this tables list. I have uploaded manually. Like I have created JSON files, XML files for practicing. Let's look at JSON file. Here I have a JSON file, okay, and there are other types of JSON files available in this directory. Okay, just read JSON file. This is another directory which is having a JSON file. Okay, so what API we will use reading JSON files? So Spark session dot read dot JSON. So we will use this option, Spark session, that's a Spark dot read dot JSON. So this API we will use reading JSON files, and options also we can provide. So currently I'm not using any options. I will let you later like what are the options we can use there. So this is a JSON file which is available there. So just I'm going to create one data frame. Just run this. So it is reading this JSON file. So if you look at this data frame, it is created here. You can see all this column names and those data types. And if you want to know this JSON file format, what we can do, you can read as text file. Okay, how exactly it looks. Okay, just I'm creating another data frame. So I want to know this how this JSON file exactly looks. So the text means exactly whatever is there in this JSON file, it will dump, and you can use display emp text, then Control Enter. See here. So this is the JSON file, and each line you can see each record is a new line. Here you can see this is the JSON file format. How I have created JSON file. This is the sample JSON file I have created. Then if you want to read JSON file, we will use JSON read API. Okay, this one read.json. So we have already created one data frame. If you want to know the schema for that, just you can use data frame dot print schema. Run this. Here you can see this is the list of available columns. It's a direct column. It's not a nested fields. I have not created any nested fields. It's a direct fields and rows. That's why here you can see all the columns and those data types. So then display this data. So I have already written here. Just run this command. It will display the JSON data. Whatever we have created JSON, those JSON files we are reading exactly in table format. So we are using here, you can see these are the columns and the data also here you can see this. So like this, we can go for reading JSON files. And whenever you are giving a path, you can go for single file, directly file name you can give, or directory. If you have a multiple files, directly you can mention that directory name. So let's look at this another example. So there is another file I have, which is here. You can see this is the JSON file, and I'm using again same API, spark.read.json. So I'm creating a data frame here. You can look here, data frame has been created, and you can verify this data. It's the same data, I have created a different file. Okay, this looks. So like this, we can go for read JSON files. And there is another directory I have created here. If you want to list that, there JSON file, whichever file we read this above command, this is the JSON file. Okay, just I'm using a FS file system. This you can ignore this. Then another one is creating your own JSON file using utilities fs.put command. Okay, just I'm creating a 3 lines. Okay, here you can see 3 rows. Just I'm creating a sample JSON file. So using DBUTILS, just you can run this. So it will be created under JSON file in this location. See here in temp, it is created. You can verify that file is created or not using fsls. Here you can see this test.json. Look at that. Yeah, this is the test.json. So if you want to read that file, again you can use the same API. Yeah, JSON test.json. So data frame, I'm creating a test data frame for this JSON file. Then after that, you can display the data whatever we created, that test file. Then you can here you can see. Okay, and if you want to know that schema, okay, just test underscore df dot print schema. So JSON files, whenever you are processing JSON files, you can identify nested data types. Okay, so here you can see one is array data type and dictionary, the struct field you can see here. Okay, the 2 columns, extra key and a key. So like this you will get in real scenarios, like whenever you are processing nested data type fields. So you should know about this. Then how to extract individual fields in JSON file. Let's look at another example. Same thing, like if you want to create any temporary view on top of any JSON file, instead of creating a data frame, directly you can use a SQL. You can use a SQL. See here, creating a temporary view on this JSON file. So just we are creating a temporary view. Create a temporary view and view name using a file for type is JSON. Option is this path where file is available. Just we are creating this temporary view, and you can read that JSON file. So one is using a spark.read.api JSON file we can use. Another is SQL. We can use temporary view where we can read the data. Whatever you have a files or folder, we can read that. This is another option. And there are some other ways, different scenarios you will get in whenever you are working in our project. That's called multi-line JSON file. If you look at this example, normally JSON will be single line. Here you can see this is a single line, right? But this is the entire row. But sometimes you will get the record in multi-line. If you look at this, this is a one record, but is in multi-line. So how to read JSON multi-line? Just create one file. I'm creating one file, sample file. This file will have single line as well as multi JSON files. So what you can do, you can create a file file has been created. So whenever you are reading a multi-line, you have to specify option called multi-line true. Okay, and this is a multi-line file I have created. So I am creating one JSON data as a data frame. Just read this file, and you can display this data. It will show exactly. See here. So if you're not using this multi-line option, just I'm creating again, then you can read this data frame. Here you can see corrupt record, because whenever we are reading JSON is single line, right? Each record will be in single line. But if we have a multi-line record, then we need to use that option called multi-line is true. Just we need to use this option multi-line true, then it will identify if any record is having multi-line, then it will display. Here you can see, yes. So earlier it shown as corrupted record, now it's showing correctly. This third record is, see here. So that's why we can use this option multi-line true. So remember this whenever you are going to read a JSON multi-line format. And there are other options like you can create RDD, and that you can convert into data frame, and you can create a data frame and you can read that. I'm giving one example here. This sample JSON RDD. So I have created address. It's a struct field. You can see city and state. City and state is a nested data type. How to read that? So we can use here. So I'm reading here. Just you can see this address.city, address.state, then name. So here is the schema of whatever we have created. Here we are reading the data, just exploring whatever you have a JSON nested fields, whatever you have a nested fields JSON. Just is taking more time, wait a few more seconds. Just we are reading using a select query, that field struct field, whatever we have a struct field. So you will get many struct fields in a real-time scenario like this. That's called nested fields. So you need to handle this all nested fields whenever you are reading and whenever you are doing transformations or actions, whatever you have requirement. Just we can go like this. You can create UDF user defined functions, and you can split the data. Here you can see this city, state, and name. That's called whatever you have. So if you're not splitting that, okay, this is the data frame, right? My DF. If you display directly, it will show as a, because it's a nested field. See here, this is the nested field, struct field. Okay, so if you want to read a nested field structure, so you can read like this. So this is the way we can go for reading JSON files. Next is how to write JSON file data, and this is another sample example. I've created a RDD like this. You can create RDD, and that RDD can create a data frame. That data frame, you can print the data here. So multiple examples I have given, just like this. So next, how to write JSON. So same, whenever we are reading, we will use the read JSON, right? Here we will use write method. So write this API, and options you can use append or overwrite. Append is appending existing file if you have already file, and overwrite is completely, it will drop existing and it will create a new file. Just I'm going to use append, so it will be added another file. If you have any file is available, let's look at this directory. We are using whatever you have a data frame dot write dot mode. You can use append or overwrite and JSON. That's a path where you are going to write in. Here you can see this, I have a multiple files are available. So whenever you use append, it will be created new file. See here, there are 3 JSON files available, right? If you use append, every time it will be appended. If you use a overwrite, just comment this. This is another one. Instead of append, I'm going to use overwrite. Just created a file there. You can run this command to verify the files. Here you can see only one file. Why? Because earlier 3 files was there, so it was deleted, all 3 files. Whenever you use overwrite, be careful, you may lose your old data. So just append for, it will create another file whatever you have a data, but you may get a duplicates whenever you are using multiple times. Whenever you are running this, it will be created multiple files, right? Here you can see, if you use append, this file, already one file is available and another file will be created. If I use it, this, you can see this is already available. Then you can refresh this ls command. There should be 2 files now. Yeah, this is the way we can use writing JSON files data. Okay, so like this we can go for reading and writing JSON files using a Pyspark API spark.read.json. Same thing for writing, overwrite, and options we can use append or overwrite. Okay, there are multiple options. Whenever you have a different you can use different options, like here character set. If you have different character set data, you can convert those character set using while reading, and which character set if you want to, you can convert that. So just specify that character set. Like this we can go for reading and writing JSON files. So if you like this video, please subscribe my channel and share this video. Thank you for watching my videos, and I will create another videos on XML, JSON and other type of files. Okay, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you very much.